You know what? Burnout, it's freaking real. And I didn't believe that until the end of January, where I experienced it firsthand. So, yeah, and it's awful. Hello, book dragons, or just dragons, because we're not going to be talking about books today. And I am Melanie Shakiri, the bookish fan girl, and you're here in my YouTube channel, Melanie Shakiri, the bookish fan girl. And today I want to talk with you more about burnout and why rest is so freaking important. Like, I've never believed in rest. Like, I am not the person to rest except for sleeping, but yeah, that's kind of necessary. And I was really into productivity and hustle culture and everything that's kind of been labeled as toxic nowadays, but it was very popular like 1 2 years ago. And I've had my blog since 2018, and this is not milk, this is kefir. I don't know if it's pronounced like that in English. It's kefir, and it's very healthy actually, and I like it. It tastes kind of weird, but it's delicious. And also, happy holiday to all of my Bulgarian listeners. I love you guys and thank you for listening to me, even though I don't speak in Bulgarian. But actually, the same topic you can now find in my blog. That's the same name, The Bookish Fangaro. And it's written in Bulgarian. So if you're not very a fan of audio video versions or English speaking, yeah, you can check it out there. And continuing, last month I was like really exhausted. Last I was starting to say I have had my blog since 2018, my YouTube channel since 2020, and my Instagram and Facebooks since I don't know 2014, 16, somewhere around that. Not pretty sure actually, maybe later. I think firstly I made my Instagram and Facebook and then my blog, but it was like kind of months apart. I think. Not very sure. I have to check the dates. But the point is that I have had my profiles on the Bookish Fan Girl for years. And I have never, not once, been consistent. That's kind of pathetic actually, because for the past 5 years, I was in high school and I've had a job for the past 3 years, which leaves around 4 years, maybe less. Not very good math, as you can see. That I had only school and I wasn't able to stay consistent with posting, even then. And now, when I have uni and work and everything else that a young adult has, I have a problem with consistency. It's bigger than ever. And okay, staying hydrated, drink water, please. And on the side, I was never able to stay consistent. And it has kind of stressed me out because I have always wanted to be this disciplined girl who has everything together, and I actually do. I published a short story collection, I finished high school with OAs, I got into my dream university, and I have my life together ish for the most part. I don't have a boyfriend in the moment, but I have had relationships for the past years and not very successful from what you can see now, but they have been long. My first relationship was a year and a half, and it was very time consuming. So I kind of learned to balance a bunch of things. But this year, from the start of this year, 2025, I made a deal with myself. And you can see that in the first video of this year. And it was about being consistent with everything, healthy eating, like giving 100% of myself, training, working out, and doing all these healthy things, like all these trends, like ginger shots and things like that, which I still drink 2 months later. I love my ginger shots, don't get me wrong. I love working out. But when you have to balance everything, like I'm in my second year in uni and I had a bunch of exams this season because, 8 exams, that's a lot. And all of them were written. I am a yapper girly, I like my exams when I can yap. My written exams, they stress me. And balancing between uni, second year, we have a lot of things right now, like work, assignments, and exams to think about. Work, I didn't work full time, but I still worked, and part time is still very time consuming. And I had a lot of stress around my work because I didn't very get along with my boss. Not in the beginning. In the beginning, everything was great, but since like January, when I told her that I would have to leave because I am going away for this summer to America on a work brigade with my best friend, and I told her that, and she was like, I'm gonna beat you from now. Yeah, and she was actually very bitchy. And I hope she doesn't understand English. I think she does, but I don't think she is watching my YouTube channel. Okay, praying. And I had to quit my job now. In the end of February, I quit it. And since then, it's kind of been very less stressful. But back to January, I was starting the year with uni, exams coming up in 2 weeks, work, and all the documents and things and payments that I have to make for going to this brigade because actually for just to go you to go somewhere to work, they require a lot of things. Too much. Like I'm going there to work, not to marry. I'm not going there for love. Let me work, please. Yeah. They don't let you work in America so easy, you know? And I have visa and passport and photos, a billion of photos. Like I have to photograph myself for everything, professionally taking photographs. And it has been stressful, and the payments have been a lot of stress adding up. And on top of that, I have some family time and some friends time, and I want to socialize, and I want to work out, even though that in the beginning of 2025 I haven't worked out for the past 6 months. I was very regular at the gym at one time, and that was time was 2023. And since then, I kind of dropped off everything. I was going running a couple of days, a couple of weeks in the month last summer, and that was it. Since then, I had a very sedentary life, and it was very bad for my mental health too. And so, family, friends, social life, some kind of social life, working out, eating healthy, which requires a lot of meal prep and things like that. And I wanted to have some time for myself, which includes like journaling or even writing my book, which has not been going very well, and reading or watching movies or all of these things. And in the beginning of this year, I told myself, I'm gonna be consistent, I'm gonna do everything on 100 percentage and I'm gonna be on the top. Well, I wasn't. Because in the first week, I was sick, like sick. I had my throat sour and I have cough and everything. And I was like, damn, this year is starting great. And yeah, it continued as great because I wasn't following up with my schedules, like post 2 blog posts a week, one YouTube video, and every day on Instagram and Facebook. And I was like, no, no, it wasn't working at all. You guys, I don't know if you get me, but I was everywhere and nowhere in the same time. I wasn't going well with university. Like, I was missing half of my lectures because of work. When I was at work, I was stressed and depressed. and kind of like frustrated all the time because I didn't want to be there. I had so much things to do, and I felt like going to work was just a waste of time. And in the meantime, I didn't have enough time to spend with my mom. I didn't have any time to spend with my friends. I knew that I have exams coming up, and I didn't have extra time to study outside of university. And I was ruining my sleeping schedule because I was not sleeping well at all. And I didn't have any time for things like journaling, working out, or reading, or whatever hobbies you might think of. Because, when you have this kind of busy schedule, you don't actually have time for hobbies. And when a person like does all these things that kind of drain from his energy, and then at what point you reach a moment where you're like, I don't have any energy left. And that moment for me was when at the end of January, I was walking my dog and I opened up my phone and I was like, okay, I'm gonna edit a YouTube video I shot like 1 week ago. And it was about the books I have read in 2024. And it was supposed to be published in the beginning of 2025, but okay, that didn't go as planned. So it was the end of January. I was like, okay, I'm gonna just edit it real quick just to get it out, and I'm gonna publish it. And I'm gonna hope that some of you will be interested to watch it 1 month later than the end of the last year. And I didn't find the video. It was very strange because I am pretty sure I filmed it. No, I know I filmed it. I am pretty sure I played like record. I was watching the timer go on my camera because I'm shooting on my phone, and I am pretty sure I saw it saved in my gallery, but there was no video. I bursted out in tears in the middle of the road, just standing there with my dog was watching me like kind of crazy. And I was like crying rivers. And the video is still gone. 1 month later, I still don't know where this video went. And I don't know. I was so freaking frustrated. Like I was in the full blast energy of my burnout. And I was like, okay, I am done. I'm done with this social media hobby influencer thing. I'm done with everything. I don't want to socialize. I don't want to work out. I don't want anything. I just want to be happy. I am so freaking stressed. And I quit it. All of my New Year's plans, resolutions went through the window. Hypothetical window, because there was no window there in the middle of the road. But I deleted Instagram and Facebook, and I made a 2-week detox in the beginning of February. Like letting go of everything. Meditating, working out occasionally. I even visited the gym 2 or 3 times. Like, what? It was me being reborn. I am a girlie who loves working out, and I just didn't have the time. Then I managed to find a way to fix my finances, and I quitted my job in the end of February. I kind of got more social in my social life. Like I was actually staying after lectures to talk with my colleagues from uni, and I was like, whoa, you guys are actually interesting. I didn't know that. I was watching videos, listening to music, journaling. I was writing things I'm grateful for every night. Like, who the fuck was that girl? And in the end of February, when I already had like reinstalled everything, but I was not even sure if I want to go back to all of that, like YouTube, blogging, and things like that, because I quitted my job so I can focus more on university, and I was like kind of sure that these things are gonna drain from my energy. But the thing is that these things, shooting and editing and writing and all of these things, actually like build up more energy in my energy fields. It's not something that drains me, it's something that gives me power. After shooting the video, I feel liberated, like I have something that was waiting on my shoulders and it miraculously went away. And I don't want to lose all that. Even if I'm not gonna become this great influencer that everybody loves and turns up to and watches all their videos and writes lovely comments and things like that, which I would love to, but even if that doesn't happen, I am still very proud of myself when I shoot a video. Like it makes my energy go up and it makes me happy. So why should I quit that? And for the past 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 weeks, I was off to work for the past 2 weeks. For the past 3 weeks, I began the new semester, and actually, in my exams from last semester, I have all A's, which I'm very proud of. Yeah. So, I was kind of getting back on track and decided, why not? Like, just try to get back with consistency in social media without the pressure of having to post, like having to. These words, having to. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna try. And the publishing house reached out to me to offer me 2 books for reviews. And then another like initiative on Bulgarian writers and readers reached out to me to offer me books and so I can review them. And we kind of started up like a dealership on from a point of view of me as an author to represent my book to them and therefore they to send it to different influencers who can review it and read it. And I think that that was the push I needed actually. And now for the past 1 week, I'm kind of back on track, I think. I have been posting on my blog and I am shooting this video. And this morning, when I open up my notes on my blog, I write on blogger.com, which is the Google blog platform, I think. Yeah, it's Google. And I saw a note, a blog post I had started to write when I had this mental breakdown when my video was gone missing in the end of January, and I finished it. Actually, I wrote the whole blog post describing what burnout felt for me and all of this story I now presented in front of you. And I finished it with the words that rest is important, and for me, rest was never the factor. I was just looking for ways to be more productive or to find more ways to better myself or do more and be more and prove the world that I'm worthy of something. And these things, this moment when I was so frustrated, so desperate of escaping everything that I had in my life going on, I realized that I am freaking burnout and I have to recharge. And I think everyone needs to recharge from time to time. Like, if you take a day or two from your business or uni or work or whatever it is, it's not supposed to it's not gonna go away. If you take 2 days off from uni, but full days, like not thinking about anything, not thinking about exams or rewriting like different scenes or notes or anything, just telling yourself that you're letting go for these 2 days is gonna make a big difference. You cannot show up every day at 100%, and I know everyone everywhere tells you that, but I was hearing all that and I was like, no, I can go. I can just go, 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 and my energy will never go down. And my energy did go down. And there was just this little thing like my video, like going missing, and I was ready to crawl down in tears. And that showed me that I'm human too. I need some rest, and I cannot go on every day the same like every other day and balance all of these freaking things. And I needed something to be different. And I'm very happy for that, because with the things that I had on my mind since the beginning of this year, I was gonna end it in a hospital, you know? I was like, had this all of these things listed, my days scheduled, and like I didn't have time to pee. Like, what the fuck? I am human. I need some time to stare at my phone. Like, I don't say that being phone addict is a good thing. No, it isn't. But you do need time to scroll on Instagram without being judgmental of yourself, like, or being outside. And I heard this wonderful phrase today on a video: sunflowering, just sitting in front of the sun like this and taking up its energy, like letting it warm your face. And we as humans, we need these times, but without the guilt of doing them, without the guilt of actually resting. You need to be able to rest. And I wasn't able. Every time I was reading, I was telling myself that I have to do something else, that I wasn't productive. Or every time that I was productive, I was thinking for my next task. Or every time I was at the uni, I wasn't paying attention because I was like thinking about all this stuff that I have to get done once I go out of uni. And every time I was at work, I was like really freaking stressed, because I was like, I am now sitting here 8 hours on the couch and like doing customer service. And I was like, oh fuck, I need to get so much done. And I was like, girl, you need to rest. You need to be able to rest, because I was resting and I was not resting in here. Like, my brain wasn't resting. My brain was constantly thinking what it should do next. And that led to me burning out. And I think the universe had something to tell me. Like, that video going missing, I think it was the universe telling me, like, girl, stop it. Like, stop for a minute, think, or don't think, rest. Let yourself breathe, girl. Because, you know, my life now, pretty easy. It's flowing. And the only difference is that now I let myself rest. Yesterday, I watched a movie and was like, okay, I don't need to look at the clock. I don't care how late it gets. I'm just gonna wanna watch my movie. Today I was writing a task for uni and I was like, okay, I am writing this task. Focus on this task only. And my ADHD brain actually listened to me. Like, I was just focusing on this one task. And I was not thinking about what I'm gonna do next, what my schedule is for today, or what else I have to finish. And I actually passed from have to finish to I get to finish. This is so cliche. Like, you don't have to do things, you get to do things. Yes, I know I get to, but in the moment, I have to. Like, it's two completely different things, but in the same time, it's the same thing. I have to film this video because I want to, and in the same time, I get to. It's kind of different, but you have to focus on the get to, not the have to. So I don't know if I explained myself enough, but I wanted to share this personal story with you. And I wanted to share with you that burnout is real, and rest, it should be real. And you should not be resting only with your body, but with your mind too, even when you're not sleeping. Sleeping is not the only version of rest. So that was kind of everything for today. I think 25 minutes for all of this rambling, it's enough. And thank you guys for listening. And if you enjoyed this video, you can always subscribe down below and write me a comment telling me if you have ever experienced burnout or if you found any of this helpful. And I hope I will be back soon with another video for you. Thank you guys. Love you. Kisses. Bye bye.